Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here, and today's reading is a situational reading. It is Why Is He Silent? And we're going to talk about why the masculine is silent on the twin soul journey at various times. Now, obviously, not all masculines are silent, but this is something that comes up regularly on this journey. So this reading will be ideal for people who are looking for an answer to that situation. So if your masculine has gone silent on you, or perhaps you are the masculine and you are wondering why you don't respond to your feminine, even though you know kind of what's going on, or you're just not sure why you're not as engaged in the conversation with her, that is something that we're going to answer in this reading. There will be a semi-personal reading that goes along with this reading. If you are interested in that, go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. And this situational reading extended edition is going to be part of the bundle that's there. Now the bundle is really affordable. It's all the situational readings and zodiac readings that are semi-personal or extended. All of those bundled up together for the year of 2020. And the details of that are on that page. Just go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. We're going to start here. I'm going to pull these on because it's a little chilly. All right, so let me get some shuffling going. And for those of you that are watching my videos more regularly, you probably recognize this deck, the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. I have been loving this deck for the masculines, even though it's not a masculine deck at all. It's literally just a deck of like women in pretty dresses, which I'm also a young adult novelist, so I love that, and that's part of what attracted me to the deck. But I'm really enjoying it for these twin soul readings, and I think it has to do with the chakras. So I have been posting some videos about that, about the masculine and feminine and the chakras, and definitely check those out. They're on my channel. There's a playlist called Masculine and Feminine on my channel that you can check those out at. But it talks about the how the chakras can play a role in your twin soul journey as well. And it kind of it goes over some of the same information that we'll be reading for in this video. Just because, you know, it's basically this video and a lot of my situational readings are trying to understand the masculine and the feminine dynamics. And those two videos that I have on my channel this week are going to, basically go into the same thing. So I just want to let you know about those if you're watching this in real time. If not, you can just go to cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube to see my YouTube channel, and you can find those videos. All right, so let's pull some overall energies. We are pulling for the masculine, and then we are pulling for the feminine. All right, what is going on here? All right, so on the masculine side, we have commit to a spirit of excellence. Whatever you do, do well. We have celebrate the beautiful gift of life. Let the heavens be glad, the earth rejoice. Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. So what's going on with the masculine? Why is he being silent right now? Well, basically from his end, he feels like he's busy living his life. And what I'm getting from this especially is that he's growing as a person. He's learning to build his foundation and do it well. He is really upgrading his life in many ways. He's not settling for some of the stuff that he was settling for before. And because of that, that's just keeping him busy. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have time to respond to your text or anything. It's not like that kind of busy. It's more just that his energy is tied up. And that is, kind of a challenge for him in order of giving anyone else his energy. So it's not a time thing, it's an energy thing for him. So definitely he does have time to respond to that message. And I'm sure he's seeing those messages. He's certainly not missing those, but energetically it's pretty heavy to respond to some of that right now. And he is focused on himself. Now, what's going on with the feminine at this time? Let love light the way. Do not be afraid or discouraged. The Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. And then release your cares to God. Oh, that I had wings like a dove, then I would fly away and rest. So very similar messages in both these cards. What I'm called to say is that while your masculine is away, you and your higher power should play. And what that means is basically, take this time and this space to reconnect with your higher power, whether that be God, spirit, source, the universe, whatever you'd like to call that higher power. And it's really saying that right now you're looking to your masculine to really to make you feel good, because otherwise the question of why is he silent, that's like there's a desire there for a response, a desire for his energy, a desire for your masculine's energy right now, and he is not really able to give that. And what this is saying is turn to your higher power, and that your higher power is always going to have the energy for you. So turn to that higher power right now. Another message is that your higher power and yourself, those are the same person, basically. So it says, the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. And this, there is an abandonment wound around this, this lack of communication. It's abandonment, it's rejection. And then for some people, it's also betrayal. It could even, there are a lot of core wounds. It could be injustice. So the other three core wounds are injustice, shame, and control. So, there's threads of all of it in there, but the main ones that come up are usually, the biggest one is abandonment. The other big one is rejection, and then the rest kind of follow after that. So, definitely just rest assured, this is teaching you a lot of things. It's also teaching you to believe in the twin soul journey, because even though you're not seeing what you want in the physical, that doesn't mean that's not representative of what's really happening in the physical. Things transform at the 5D level much faster than they transform at the 3D level. So the things that you're seeing at the 3D level are choices and energy alignments that you made, a year ago, 2 years ago, even 5 years ago. Everything that you're seeing is a product of the choices and energy you had from years and years ago. So you have the opportunity now to make a new choice, and that is going to take a little bit of time to percolate into the 3D. So let's keep going. I want to pull some more energies for this. And we're going to start with the masculine. Again, I've been loving this deck for the masculine. It's a good one. So let me get this organized. I'll bring this down here. All right. So what we're going to cover in this reading, the 3D, what we're seeing on the surface from both parties, what's going on behind the scenes. Then we're going to go into some guidance. And then again, there's going to be a semi-personal reading for this, and that is going to go into a lot more detail about this energy. All right. So let's take a look what's going on in the 3D. Okay, so we got some sacral chakra energy, also some heart energy. This is a ton of passion right here. We have the 9 of Wands, Princess of Cups, and 2 of Coins. So let me tap into this energy real quick. What's going on with him when he's silent? So what I'm getting from this, right off the bat, we have the Princess of Cups. You can see that there's some butterflies here. This is a transformation of the heart chakra. And what's happening for the masculine right now is that he is in a younger stage of learning to open his heart. And he may be doing this through many different means. Basically, he's not doing this through the feminine right now and the physical, but that's okay because any expansion of his heart is going to lead him back to his feminine. That's just the natural effect of this journey. So I'm seeing that he is, you know, he's kind of, he's basically, not at the start of the journey, but he's basically expanding his heart right now. We have this 9 of Wands. This, even though it's not the 10 of Wands, the energy I'm getting from this is an energy of overwhelm. So it's like he's got a lot on his plate in the physical. And he feels like right now this is something that he has to tackle on his own. And that, you know, that is the energy of the 9 of Wands, is kind of defending what you have. Another thing is like kind of pushing through a project till the end. But what I'm getting is that he's already to the overwhelm point. He's already in this 10 of Wands energy. But this card is really about him needing to handle his business on his own. It's not that he doesn't want support, it's that he needs to do this by himself. And it's for his own self-confidence. He's gotta build his foundation on his own right now. Now that doesn't mean he's not thinking about you, just to be clear. It doesn't mean he's not, it doesn't mean that the feminine is not a part of this. It just means that in the 3D physical, this is what the feminine might be seeing. And this is what the masculine might be experiencing. We also have this 2 of Coins. What's happening here is that he is wanting to take action on something. So you can see she is looking out at this ship. He's wanting to take action on something, and so there's also a ship in here, kind of in a dark place right now. So he wants to step toward this lighter scene and this lighter ship. There's a hesitation, obviously. And I think we're gonna get more information about that as the reading continues. But, you know, the sense I'm getting right now is that this is, in some way it's related to the feminine. This is, he sees this, he knows that this is his happy place, but he's choosing right now to be in this darkness. And it's not clear why. I think we're going to find out as we go. Now, this deck, so we're going to pull for the feminine right now to kind of get more of the story. This deck is by Biddy Tarot. And it doesn't have the greatest box, so I tend to just keep it in a little cloth. But this is called the Everyday Tarot. I really love it. I recommend it to people. It's like a pocket-size tarot deck, and very traditional in its meaning. So this is very similar to the Rider-Waite deck. It's done in the same style as that. And what I got for this reading, so ironically, we have this very feminine one for the masculine side. I got for the feminine side that we needed to really tap into the traditional energies of the tarot, and also the reason was because they are definitely a little bit more rational and logical. So I'm getting that the feminine needs that grounded energy right now. And she needs to work. She needs to work in her logical space right now, because the emotional space is getting it's just a little chaotic right now. So we're going to see what's going on here. All right. So what are we seeing in the 3D for the feminine? Ooh, got 2 cards there. So we will take them both. Now let me pull the 3rd card. All right. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a lot of major arcana here. Yeah, so what I'm getting is there's a lot of energy right now around some of this. And even that this reading so far may be a little bit triggering to the feminine. I'm getting that as well. So we've got the Queen of Wands, and what this is, there's a huge desire for communication, and it's around something that this feminine is very passionate about. So that's why it keeps coming up. So it seems like, to the masculine, it's seeming like, why does she keep contacting me about this? And the reason is because this is really important to her. She's not contacting the masculine to have small talk or to chat or to flirt. It's nothing like that. This is like serious stuff to her. It's stuff that, it may not be stuff that she's, it may not even be like a positive thing. It could be a negative thing, but it's stuff that she sees as deeply emotional, as, just rooted in necessity, purposeful in connection. So she's really frustrated, because to her, this is very important stuff that she's trying to contact the masculine about, and he's just not returning any of that energy. And what's happening with that is that she is experiencing some signs, some synchronicities in the 3D, and it's telling her to reach out. So we have this High Priestess. It's like she has this inner knowing, and there are alignments, synchronicities, signs in the 3D that are confirming what she already knows this in her heart, though. But it's all getting confirmed. Also getting this Judgment card. I sense that this has to do with their relationship. So she is trying to communicate with him on their actual relationship. And it could be some pain from the past. It could be some wounding that she feels that he needs to work on. It could be wounding as well that is part of his life that she is trying to connect with him on and support him on, that he is kind of avoiding or ignoring about. We also have this Hermit card, and with this card, it's like, it's actually like, it's not him that's hermiting. It's actually like she's like so frustrated at this point that she is just kind of like throwing up her hands and just like ready to throw in the towel on this. So this could be a cycle that has been repeating several times now, and it's like she just feels like she's talking to that brick wall. She's kind of, the energy of this, the energy of this is she's like, okay, I tried, like I left the map, now I'm gonna go up into the hills and it's his choice. Like he can follow the map and find me, or, you know, he can not. But she's kind of like, there's part of her that is withdrawing her energy from this because she's just tired of the cycle of just not receiving that communication that she needs. All right, so let's look into I'm going to shuffle again. Let's look into what's going on behind the scenes. So what is the masculine not saying, not telling her? Let us find out. All right, so we have some more heart chakra, throat chakra, and sacral. All right. So what is the masculine not telling the feminine, not showing the feminine right now? Yeah, so what I'm getting is that so in his heart of hearts, he wants her, like he's wishing on her. He's longing for this love. So there's the hearts and stars. The star is of course a very positive card. The Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands and the Devil. So what I've got from this is that so even though he wants his feminine, he's kind of in a frenzy right now over whatever's going on with this Nine of Wands. So it's like he's already overwhelmed with what he needs to do. And he's just experiencing like this frenzy of activity, and almost like he is going to keep on going. And that activity is almost allowing him to numb out to his feelings, and being numbed out to the feelings. So it's like, it's not that he doesn't want to respond. It's that he's moving so quickly that he's moving so quickly that he's able to numb out to those feelings. And so when he's receiving these messages, or when he's receiving this communication from his feminine, he's not like, it's just kind of like, it's almost like going over his head. It's like, okay, it's like he's trying to process only the most relevant information in front of him. And for this, he's like, well, I'm not going to look at this because I'm not dealing with that situation right now. So he's kind of just pushing it off to the side, and like, almost like he's put the situation in a box. He closed that box up. He shoved the box under the bed, and now he's got somebody kind of tapping on his shoulder and saying like, hey, like, when are we going to open that box and like deal with all this stuff? And he's like, oh yeah, like we'll get to that. But he's kind of shrugging it off right now. So it's not meant to be a rejection. It's really just meant, it's really just like he cannot put energy toward this right now. And he knows that when he breaks open this box, that all these wands are going to just fall all around him. It's like he's trying to keep all these balls in the air, and he can't do that if he takes his eye off of them. And so, communicating with his feminine right now is like taking his eye off the 9 balls that he has in the air right now. This Devil card, what I'm getting from this is that he's seeing this feminine as a temptation in many ways, a temptation away from his focus. And he knows, so this wish card, the star, it's like he knows what he's trying to build toward. He wants to build that foundation for himself, and then for his union. And he may not even realize that it's for his union yet, but that's what he wants to build. He knows it subconsciously that it is for a higher purpose. And he sees the feminine right now as kind of potentially getting in the way of that, because it's like, it's almost like you've invited a really close group of friends over to your house, and you are excited to see them, but your house is a mess. So then they show up and your reaction is like, like, I wish you guys weren't here. And it's like, it's not that you didn't want to see them, it's that your house is not ready for them. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting from this, is like, he sees this as like, he's not ready for you right now. So, you know, for you to show up early while he's still cleaning his house is really distressing to him, actually. So I'm getting that. Okay. So let's keep going. We'll go to the feminine side. What's going on behind the scenes with the feminine? All right. We have the 7 of Cups, the Strength card, the Page of Swords. Okay, so this one's pretty easy. What I'm getting is that the feminine thinks she knows what's going on. She thinks, and she really, a big part of that is that she has seen this pattern before in the masculine. And what it is it could be like a past relationship. It could be from the dating scene. And basically what it is this 3D belief that, oh, he's not responding to me, he's not interested. And that's a pattern. It's a wounding that the feminine has. It's a pattern that she has seen before a dozen times, where she's like, he's not interested, he's not paying attention to me, and thus he doesn't want me, and now I'm in a spiral. Now I'm in a spiral. Now I'm rejected. Now I'm abandoned. Now I'm betrayed. Now I'm ashamed. And this is a pattern. Is kind of the best way to see it, to say it. It's a pattern. And what's going on is that the feminine doesn't really know what's happening, because again, the masculine is silent. All she knows is that she has this false belief that if he's not returning that attention right away, he's not into me, or he must not want me. He must be dating someone else. He must have other interests, whatever it is. And it's just this belief that, that the masculine is going to be available energetically. And then with the Strength card, there's this energy of, well, why can't you just text me back? Why, like, it would only take a couple minutes. Why can't he do this? Why can't he do that? And it's a logical argument, which is like, oh, everybody has a couple minutes in a day. And if I was truly a priority for him, it would, I would be the thing that he does. Before he goes to bed or whatever, he'd message me back. What's happening here is, you have to understand, for the feminine, you have to understand that the masculine, it's not, so he does have the 5 minutes, but he does not have the energy. And it's because you are not a 5-minute task for him. That's what the feminine, that's what the feminine is not understanding, is like, there are 2 scenarios when the masculine is silent. One is that scenario of like, oh, he's not interested. And, that is a 3D scenario that happens. The other is the scenario of you're not a 5-minute task for him. He it's almost like if he opens the door on that, it's going to be like a 2-hour task for him. And so then it's also like he wants to communicate when he has the space and energy to communicate. And it's more of an energetic thing. And what I'm getting is that the feminine is getting, she's getting pretty frustrated and almost like lashing out at the masculine, and he's still not responding. He's not blocking her. He's not He's not responding back defensively. He's kind of just letting it, wash over him. Like reading it, accepting it, but not reacting to it. So then we have the Seven of Cups, and this is really about the feminine wanting to consider her options. She wants to know if there's anything else she can do, looking at other people she could see, looking at other masculines who are returning her attention or her affection. And this is, kind of, again, a 3D thing to do, which is not to say, like, it's a healthy thing to do. It's not to say that shouldn't be something that the feminine is considering. It's perfectly safe. But the biggest thing here, if you're looking at other options, is that you need to connect to your higher power and make sure that your higher power is telling you to do that. And so that is your intuition. If your higher power is saying yes, if you're acting from a place of love, all of that is great. Like, follow your heart. If it's coming from a place of fear, jealousy, ego, anger, all of that is those are just other words for fear, basically. If it's not coming from your higher power, then you have a choice to make. So you can either continue, you got to choose either fear or love, basically. And if you're choosing fear, that is going to continue to push away this masculine, and not just in the physical, but energetically as well. All right, so we're gonna draw some guidance. So if you want to go on to the semi-personal reading for this, again, you go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. Let me give you an overview of what we're gonna be drawing for there. So we're gonna talk about the hidden aspects of the situation. And this will be general energies. We're also going to talk about what's going on behind the scenes unconsciously on both sides. So this is stuff that is not really on the surface right now, but it's part of these situations. Everything we pulled here is stuff that the masculine or the feminine already knows, and that they know consciously. So this is going to be going even a layer deeper, what's going on behind the scenes unconsciously or subconsciously. We're going to draw cards for what does each party want from the other. And we're going to talk about what they feel is missing from the relationship. We'll talk about what their blocks are, what they aren't communicating about those blocks, and how to heal the blocks. Also how to move forward, and then we'll draw some final guidance from there. So if you want to check that out, again, it's cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. All right. So we've got guidance for the masculine, guidance for the feminine. Okay, so on the masculine side, we have like attracts like. If you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. Very true. Good message. Spend some quality time together. It's imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. So for this, what I'm getting is that this masculine, he's got to pull the box out from under the bed, basically. This is guidance that he should be more responsive to this. And it's really, he's got a lot going on. But I'm getting that he feels really alone in dealing with everything that he's got going on. But I mean, the thing is that he's choosing to be alone. And I think, so if you're the masculine, it's a choice, and you don't have to be alone, and you're not alone. So, in the 5D, you have your twin soul. And it's, you know, any separation you're experiencing is an illusion. Even the separation you're trying to create is also an illusion. And that's why things feel so bad. That's why you're feeling overwhelmed, because the energy is misaligned. And if you opened your heart more, if you connected with your twin soul more, that none of that is going to take away. And I'm also getting that this is a wounding for the masculine, and it's a pattern that the masculine has seen, which is that when they put their energy into a feminine, sometimes that feminine does pull them away from the things they need to be doing, and that's happened to this masculine in the past. That does not have to be the case. It's a pattern that they've experienced before, but it's not the same because this is your feminine this time. So she is not trying to take from you. She's actually trying to give to you. And when she gives to you, you're going to be able to handle all of this in a much deeper way. And it's not going to feel so overwhelming. So it's like, it's really this false belief that the masculine is holding and carrying right now. And he needs to release that and, you know, share the load energetically with whatever he's dealing with. That doesn't mean it's going to change in the physical, but it means energetically he's going to be able to just draw more from his union. And it's just going to give him a greater capacity to handle whatever he's going through. On the feminine side, we have the heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Definitely an important message for the feminine right now, because, you know, this feminine, she's really looking at the 3D a bit too much. She's a little too focused on her masculine and what her masculine's up to. And it's really important to divest your energy from that person and focus inward, and also focus on your relationship with your higher power. As you do that, and as you make that shift, the masculine will be freed up in energy to actually come toward you, because right now, the energy of trying to get to him or trying to get a response from him is repelling him, because it's a needy energy, it's a clingy energy, and it's making him feel like, okay, if I even give anything to, if I start giving my energy to this, it's just going to drain me. So I can't give my energy to that because I have all this other stuff on my plate right now in this Nine of Wands energy. So we also have the second card, I love you. These are very important words, is the message. And I think this is a message from the masculine, just to say that you are not being rejected. You are not being abandoned. This is a opportunity to heal some of the 3D stuff that's coming up in this situation. All right, so we are going to wrap there. We're going to go on to the semi-personal reading, and we will talk about the hidden aspects of the situation. We'll go behind the scenes a bit more, what each person wants from each other. And then we'll talk about the block and a couple things about the blocks and then how to heal them. So if you're interested, go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.